morning, everyone. Welcome to the news live from Cannes. This is Rob, and I'm here with my good friend Mike Zaneis, who is the CEO of the Trustworthy Accountability Group and the co-founder of BSI. Hey, Mike, how's it going?
It's going great. How's your Cannes going?
Oh, can't complain. Can't complain. It's beautiful outside. It's not too hot, so it's been all good.
Not yet.
Not yet. Not yet. Right. The first question, just to kind of kick it off, we've been thinking more and more as how we expand the term brand safety, because we know we do these global events, and it means so many different things to so many different people. The thinking we've been having is, because it could be a moment where there's an ad fraud attack or a regulatory change or a D&I initiative or something, we like to think that brand safety is akin to current events. So it's basically like the breaking news.
Mm-hmm.
Does that thinking make sense to you?
At the Brand Safety Institute a few years ago, we set out to kind of define brand safety, and we found that it had become an umbrella term, everything from viewability and ROI to ad fraud and brand suitability. But I think that lens of current events is a good one to view brand safety through, because current events really do drive the brand safety issue. And it feels like we're going through a brand safety crisis about every 3 to 6 months. And that is driven by things like, Black Lives Matter, obviously the war in Ukraine. All of these issues drive what we think about as brand safety. So I think that will continue to be the case as the industry focuses on brand safety more.
Okay. So Mike, you've been here a couple of days, you've gotten your feet wet. What is the most interesting, amazing, crazy thing you've seen so far here in Cannes?
You mean other than filming an interview in my bare feet with the Corset a block away? This is pretty sweet.
Yeah.
But I think the coolest thing I've actually seen is not been festival related. We got treated to a wedding with full 4th of July fireworks last night.
Oh, nice.
Right across from our hotel last night. So it was fantastic.
What do you, as TAG BSI, what are your big goals that you're trying to accomplish this week?
Well, for us, at TAG, we work with more than 700 member companies. We are a global organization, so being here makes a lot of sense for us. So many of our members are going to be here, always meeting with them. And then I think very specifically, we've got such a strong partnership with the 614 group, then we will be releasing our European fraud benchmark study. And this is our 4th year doing this, so it's a true benchmark of looking at measuring fraud across the major markets across Europe. So more to come on that.
So the news, right? We're doing a news show live from Cannes, and our goal is to get executives like yourselves to kind of give us their perspective on things that are happening in the world right now. And so here's the question. Do you think Elon is going to buy Twitter? And more importantly, if he does, what does that mean for content moderation on the big platforms from the center?
Yeah, that is on everybody's mind this week, and certainly spending some time at the Twitter beach yesterday. It's kind of do you ask the question of the Twitter team? They speak very openly about it, which is wonderful and I think refreshing. Does he complete it? I mean, I guess if I'm a betting man, I probably say no, but that's not based on any inside information. But I think about how massive of a job it is to run a platform like Twitter. I mean, it's been called, the world's kind of public square, if you will. And the idea of just opening it up and not having content moderation, I mean, it is one of the most effectively moderated spaces, certainly among social networks. And it is just a massive job to do that. So whatever happens, I hope that there remains that strong commitment by Twitter as an organization, by the brand safety team, the content moderation teams, to continue to make it a brand safe space, which it is. Now, suitability is a question for every marketer to ask for each campaign, for each brand. And certainly there's always going to be some content that may not be suitable for certain brands, but the platform needs to remain brand safe. And if you just simply open it up and we go back to kind of the wild, wild west days, that's not going to happen. And that would be a shame.
Yeah, put you on the spot here a little bit. You spent a lot of time on the Hill, yes, right? And so, Section 230, yeah, does someone like Elon, who's basically said he wants to moderate more, put Section 230 in the crosshairs where platforms now might be considered news publishers, and it changes the whole dynamic.
Yeah, so Section 230 of the Communications Act, essentially provides immunity for providers. So ISPs, telecom, cable companies, but also if you are just a platform for conversation and third-party content, you're not responsible for it. But the idea that we're going to have one person potentially kind of have their hand on the scale of what is and is not going to be published, not only Section 230 comes into question, but the First Amendment comes into question, and how much you want to kind of take on that role and the responsibility of moderating the world's public square. It's I think it's dangerous.
Yeah.